Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love. Like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Hey everyone, season's greetings from all of us at Allied Laboratories, and a special thank you to our Grenville family. We are celebrating 1 year of serving you.
Fit for life and Allied Laboratories, providing quality care and expertise. Fit for life and Allied Laboratories, see our in-house doctors and our pharmacies. Get expert care and quality tests. When it comes to your health, you deserve the best. Fit for life and Allied Laboratories, we're taking care of Grenada.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
And of course, we'd like to officially welcome you again to another Mikey Live program. I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. And of course, thank you for joining us. It's Friday. On Fridays, we try to not keep it too long, so we're going to do it short and sweet. We have quite a few things to tell you about on the program tonight. Missing person found, and Chad David found guilty of non-capital murder. Sukie sentenced to prison here in Grenada. The Ministry of Agriculture is advising against the buying of produce from unregistered vendors, and there's a temporary closure of the Licensing and Inspections Center. We'll talk to you about that and more when we return on tonight's Mikey Live program. Of course, folks, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credit. Compliments, did you say? We give away some credit last night. The night before, some nights we give more credit than other nights. You know what I mean? So we're doing the business. So folks, thank you for joining us again, and share the business so that other people will get to know that we are live. So go ahead and share the business, and folks, when we come back, it will be real news in all your Lily Lolo. Yes, we have a few things to tell you about. We'll be back.
Gifts of love with trend, bringing love for you this year. Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with trend.
It's your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Batteries, batteries, batteries. All roads lead to Quality Services Limited for the best deals on batteries for all applications: cars, SUVs, pickups, buses, medium and heavy duty trucks, construction equipment, generators, boats and more. European made with the highest amps and comes with a 12 months warranty. Yes, you heard it right. 1 year with the best quality and price. Quality Services Limited for the best deals on batteries. First left of the Lansopines Road. Call 444-4323 or WhatsApp 410-8070 or 405-7010. Quality Services Limited for all batteries.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Okay, family, welcome to another Mikey Live program. So let's get into what's making the news for tonight. Now, earlier we were telling you about a missing person. That's right. And we have an update for you. Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force would like to thank the general public and in particular the media for your assistance in locating Catherine Buckmire, who is 35 years old and she's of Belmont in St. George. Now, according to the police, they received information about her whereabouts today. Prior to this dispatch, police informed us about the missing individual, Catherine. According to them, at the time she had left her home, and that was yesterday, and had failed to return since. But since we put out the first missing person report, we have since gotten an update from the police saying that she was located. All right, so let's move on. The next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, an anonymous, they say, donor who attended the St. David's Roman Catholic School and taught at the St. David's Catholic Secondary blessed 8 schools in the parish of St. David with some much needed school supplies. According to the ministry, the donated items were handed over by Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell. All right. They say it was handing over to the schools and so on. All right. Now they say that this meant a lot to the schools. You understand? It meant a lot to the schools. Now the donated items were handed over, like we said, by the Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell during a short ceremony at the Southern Agricultural Extension Office at Last Suggestion St. David. It says that it meant that when that person was going to school, there must have been a teacher who impressed upon that student at the time that when they become an adult, they should remember the school and the teachers who helped them along the way and should give back. I want to encourage all of you who will be benefiting from this also to remember that when you become an adult, that you should also help and be kind to others. And even now, as students, it's always good to share because sharing makes others happy. And that's according to the Prime Minister. Now, the event was organized by the 4-H officer of the Southern Agriculture District, Don Daniel. All right, so not bad. You realize we're having a lot of donations and all of that, right? You know, that's good, you know. Let's help each other out and things like that, you know. Grenada is a very small place. We have to recognize the people who have done little things for us and stuff like that. And, you know, just show appreciation. You don't owe people nothing but still. 20-year-old St. Mark resident Chad David, who was charged in connection with chopping off an individual, well, the chopping then leading to the death of an individual while he was in court. He's a 17-year-old from the village Cow Hill in St. Mark. Now, he has been found guilty of non-capital murder. After deliberating for just over 1 hour and 30 minutes, a 12-member jury panel on Thursday found the accused David guilty of the brutal murder of Marvin Francis, who was 17 years old at the time of his death. You understand? David, who was 17 years old at the time of, well, the youth was 17 at the time. Now, David, who was represented in court by defense lawyer Jerry Edwin, is expected to be sentenced just before Christmas, on December 21st.
The incident occurred on November 14th, 2019, in which unfortunately this young man was bullied, and in retaliation he caused the death, took the life of Marvin Francis, an older man. The young man was 17 at the time. The jury, I can understand their decision. It is not my place to disagree with justice. We fight for justice, we make our arguments for justice, and in any civilized society you live with justice. Because the 12 men and women on the jury are in fact our peers. They live in this society with the rest of us.
Now, according to information circulating at the time of the incident, Francis was chopped to death in the presence of his mother. The men, it was said, had an ongoing altercation over a sum of money. Sources said Francis was on his way home that fateful night when he was attacked with a cutlass. He sustained several chops to various parts of his body and was later pronounced dead by a medical expert. David, who was the lone suspect in the matter, now 22, faces a maximum of a life in prison. His fate, however, now rests solely in the hands of the High Court judge.
We will now await the sentencing by Her Ladyship, Justice Guilford. At that time, I will offer full and complete mitigation on behalf of young Shad David, and I trust that the sentencing will reflect all the circumstances of this case and that the law will be merciful. I'm sure it will be. Mercy is a part of justice.
All right, thank you very much, Attorney Jerry Edwin. On Friday, 36-year-old Dominican entertainer Shane Sukie Edwards, he was found guilty of indecent assault. He was sentenced to 6 months in prison. Now, the judgment was handed down by the magistrate Teddy St. Louis at the No. 1 Magistrates Court in St. George's. Edwards was represented by the Attorney of Law, Jerry Edwin.
The sentencing guidelines were the benchmark which the magistrate used to arrive at his sentence. So the starting point was actually 18 months in prison. But ultimately, the magistrate, after mitigation, which we offered to the court, sentenced Shane Edwards, the artist Sukie from Dominica, to 6 months in prison.
Now, Edwin went on to state that the magistrate treated the case with all fairness and no special treatment was given to the entertainer.
The court considered all of the factors as it normally does. It didn't treat with this matter as anything more special or different. But I think the magistrate made a very important point, which cannot be understated. There are way too many cases involving sexual offenses of all types, from indecent assault all the way up to rape in our jurisdictions.
Now, according to the attorney at law, he noted that justice was served.
Because throughout the region, we have an epidemic of sexual offenses. The magistrate correctly points out that too many women, old and young, are victims. Many women do not come forward. These two young ladies did. And one of them, who was actually indecently assaulted, 15 years old, made a report to the police. And so the magistrate has given us his sentence. We do not at any point ever disagree with justice.
All right. According to reports from one of the media entities in Dominica, in September of 2020, the entertainer was arrested in his home country and charged with battery on a female as well as threats. Now, the trial for the offense of threat and battery is expected to commence in the Russo Magistrates Court on December 6th of 2022. But at that time, well, you know, Sukie will be in prison here in Grenada. All right, so we are moving on, folks. The next thing that we have to tell all is a serious matter. Serious matter. Now, the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, they are extending a warning. First of all, they say season's greetings and best wishes to the citizens and everybody for the Christmas season. Now, the ministry takes the opportunity to remind the public that under the Pretty Larceny Act, all vendors of agricultural produce are expected to be registered. As a result, the ministry makes this appeal to consumers to be mindful when buying agricultural produce from unregistered vendors, since around this time there is a higher level of stolen products and produce on the market, and many farmers usually suffer heavy losses due to the this whole Christmas Pretty Larceny wave. This morning, a farmer went and buy stolen items that came from her own garden. That's how bad the thing is. Buying items from a thief who took those items from her own property. But here's the problem. These farmers, they plant enough to sustain themselves and the population, so enough for themselves and to sell. So when you want to thief all them people thing, what you leave them to do? How they go eat and drink? Yeah? So when the woman buy the thing and she realize, but wait now, that come out by me. You understand what I'm telling you? You understand what I'm telling you? And that's how bad the business is. So the ministry, in collaboration with the Royal Grenada Police Force, they say that they will be increasing the monitoring efforts. Vendors, you are asked to have your IDs on hand. Because if they bunks up you selling thing and you don't have an ID, hey! Crap or smoke your pipe! Additionally, they say they are appealing to the public to be vigilant and partner with the police and the Ministry of Agriculture by reporting suspected incidents of pretty larceny, especially when known perpetrators are involved. You understand? They say refraining from purchasing agricultural produce from unregistered vendors helps support farmers and their families and the overall development of the sector. Goes on to say that let us all work together this Christmas season to support our farmers and food producers by helping to reduce the ugly scourge of prettier lasting in our nation. Serious business. Serious business! If the former Prime Minister was to read that line, I just reading the line and I'm thinking about Keith. If the former Prime Minister was to read that line, let us work together this Christmas season to support our farmers and food producers by helping reduce, brothers and sisters, this ugly scourge of pretty larceny in our nation. I thank you. John! If the current Prime Minister was to read this, let us work together this Christmas season to support our farmers and our food producers by helping to reduce the ugly scourge of pretty larceny in our nation. John! I would like to see the former Prime Minister and the current Prime Minister in a debate, to be quite honest. We don't debate enough in the place, man. Create some excitement around the business. You understand? Create some excitement around the business. You understand? Today I saw a video from Obama yesterday by a ball. Anyway, lady that talk. How we looking for time? All you think we easy? Let me take that picture and the business. The Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, they wish to notify the general public that the licensing and inspection center, Dusty Highway, St. George, will be closed effective Monday, 19th December 2022. Now, normal operations will resume on Tuesday, 3rd January 2022, and that will be at 8 a.m. During the closure, inspection of motor vehicles will be done at the Traffic Department, Carenage, St. George. The Royal Grenada Police Force apologizes for any inconveniences caused. Yeah, son. Anyway, lady that talk. How are we looking? Although let me take a little break and come back here. It's Friday, so it doesn't take too long on the business with us. Do the thing fast. Boop, 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 boop. And we're gone. You know what I mean? So let me take a little thing on the thing, and come back. And when I come back, we've got for you the national report and as well the weather. Stay tuned. We will be back.
Housing Authority of Grenada is inviting building contractors and joiners to apply to be a part of its team. Interested persons can obtain an application form via their website, that's www.hag473.com, or collect a form from their office, located at Sandino Complex, Grand Anson, St. George's. You can also contact them on 440-1015 or 440-1016 for further information.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Hey everyone, season's greetings from all of us at Allied Laboratories, and a special thank you to our Grenville family. We are celebrating 1 year of serving you.
Fit for life and Allied Laboratories, providing quality care and expertise. Fit for life and Allied Laboratories, see our in-house doctors and our pharmacies. Get expert care and quality tests. When it comes to your health, you deserve the best. Fit for life and Allied Laboratories, we're taking care of Grenada.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Give some love with trend. Bringing love for you this year. Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with
It's your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Stage is set for the Prime Minister's maiden delivery of the 2023 Estimates of Revenue and Expenditure on Monday, December 5th. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Honorable Deacon Mitchell, will on Monday, December 5th present the 2023 Estimates of Revenue and Expenditure at the Houses of Parliament, Mount Weldale. The presentation will be held under the theme Vision 2035. People-centered transformation, laying the foundation for resilience, empowerment, and growth. Don't miss this opportunity to be informed of your government's plans for the year ahead. The presentation will be live streamed from 9:30 a.m. via the Government Information Service, GIS, on Channel 22 and on the GIS Facebook page and YouTube channel. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Friday, December 2nd, 2022, I am Sherry Ann Noel. Preparations for the 2023 estimates of revenue and expenditure have shifted into high gear as the team from the Ministry of Finance sets the stage for Monday's presentation. With a new administration at the helm, Grenadians are looking forward to how the new team will unfold its transformation agenda. As a consequence, government sought recommendations from the various stakeholder organizations, community leaders, through town hall engagements in deciding on the key priorities, programs and actions going forward. Monday's budget presentation is guided by 5 strategic pillars: citizen empowerment, economic transformation, building resilience and environmental management, governance and institutional rebuilding, and strengthening regional and international cooperation. Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Honorable Deacon Mitchell's presentation will be centered on the theme Vision 2035, People-Centered Transformation, laying the foundation for resilience, empowerment, and growth. The budget presentation will be broadcast live on GIS Channel 22 and streamed on the GIS Facebook page and YouTube channel from 9:30 a.m. Moving along, the Government of Grenada is working towards presenting to Parliament a revamped labour code for the Tri-Island state within the next 6 months. This announcement was made on Friday by Labour Minister and Attorney General Senator the Honourable Claudette Joseph during a meeting of the Labour Advisory Board. Senator Joseph says work has already begun under the previous board to revamp the labour code, but nothing materialized. She made it clear to the new board that this will not be business as usual, noting that the work must be done to meet government's transformational agenda as it relates to labour matters.
We intend to ensure that in very short order, as a matter of fact, that within the next 6 months, we go to the Parliament of Grenada with a revamped labour code. And the bulk of the guidance for achieving that objective will come from this board. By the statute, the Employment Act, your mandate is to work with government and give advice on policy relating to labor, on necessary changes that are required to the labor code, and generally on matters that will help and enhance the conditions of work for workers in Grenada.
There are a few areas under the labour code that government wants to address specifically. These include enhancing occupational health and safety in the workplace, improving the treatment of domestic workers, addressing the matter of sexual harassment in the workplace, and how essential service workers are treated. Some members of the board were concerned about the timeline to achieve this task, but according to Senator Joseph, it is achievable.
This is a very tall order, 6 months. It matters, and I could see Andre shaking his head, it's going to be very tight in terms of reaching agreement on some issues as it relates to the labor code. It might very well go into 1 year or more. I just give notice that this might happen.
The reason why I thought our first deliverable can be as soon as 6 months is because I am aware that our predecessors, the previous board, were meeting, and there was actually some substantial amendments made to both the Employment Act and the Labor Relations Act, to the extent that those amendments were tabled and passed in the Parliament. I'm thinking that some of the work has already been done. Some of the work that we need to revamp the labor code, that work has already been done. So what we do not want to do is to reinvent the wheels. I would like for us to start from where your predecessors left off so that we can build on what was done before.
Labour representative in the Senate and member of the Labour Advisory Board, Senator Andre Lewis, pledged trade unions support in achieving government's mandate of a revamped labour code and assures the minister that they will work towards the June 2023 deadline.
We have to work towards that, and we will give it our best shot. We give that commitment. But I just want to repeat that outside of certainly we have failed in relation to the occupational safety and health. I mean, there is a standalone proposed legislation that has, and I will not go into the reasons for it because we're here to start afresh. Just to say that Labour fully supports this matter.
Moving along, government establishes working relations with local furniture makers and carpenters to procure furniture for schools and ministry departments going forward. The Ministries of Mobilization and Education are working closely with the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce to utilize the skills of local entrepreneurs to reduce Grenada's furniture import bill. Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Honorable Andy Williams, on Thursday engaged carpenters and furniture makers to explore emerging opportunities for collaboration as part of government's transformation agenda. The minister explained that the plan is to boost the demand for these services locally and in years to come internationally and regionally.
The Ministry of Education have some quota of furniture that they really want to get for the opening of school and even while school is going on. And going forward, we want to set the precedence where we look out for our people and where we employ our people, right? And where we really help to build our people to take it to the next level. Because in the next 5-10 years, we should be shipping furniture outside of Grenada. That should be the aim, right? And I have no doubt that we can reach the highest level. But what we as a government need to do is to show that we believe in you. We have the quality here that we can tap into, and we refuse. We refuse, because we can, and we're not doing it. And we refuse to tap into it.
He made a call for more emphasis to be placed on building technology and woodwork in schools so students can develop a passion at a young age.
We have to start placing more emphasis on that and putting it into not just some schools, but every school should have it in their curriculum if we really want to go forward. We have to start letting people like you guys here go into the schools and start, inspiring the youths. Let them know, listen, carpentry is big business. Not because you see you have a boot thing here, dirty and it's big business. So we have to start to mold the youths, right? And get them into thinking that way.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Perrin Johnson, said local entrepreneurs are highly skilled and capable of producing high-quality furniture. Government, she said, is ready to tap into the skills of these businessmen and women.
We are ready and open to do bigger and better business with all of our furniture and carpenter entrepreneurs here in Grenada. And why we are saying that? My minister took a very bold decision in saying that we need to ensure that we really utilize the skill sets that are available here in Grenada in terms of making readily available quality furniture. If you're able to get that quality work here in Grenada, why are we importing so much furniture for our school and our offices? It's an opportune time for us to engage the relevant persons to ensure that the development starts here and it remains here.
This is a national report. The news will continue after the break.
Grenada, the time for the national census is here again. Interviewers will be visiting your homes to gather information about you and your family. The data you provide determines budget allocation for health, grant funding for community projects, and government assistance for families and the elderly. The census is required by law, and so is your participation. We assure you that your information will be kept confidential. Do your part, stand up and be counted, because we all count in this census. For more information about the census and your participation, contact the Grenada Central Statistical Office at 440-1369 or cso@cso.gov.gd.
Welcome back. Grenada is finalizing its draft amendments to the Cooperative Societies Act and Regulation, which seeks to enhance the operations of credit unions and ensure the business environment for these institutions remains sustainable. The Grenada Authority for Regulation of Financial Institutions, GAFIN, is leading the process. On Friday, GAFIN held another in a series of consultations with credit union representatives to discuss the revision of the regulation and the Act, a process which started in 2012. This is as Grenada and each member of the ECCU are working towards developing a uniform regulation to guide the operations of each credit union in member countries. Acting Executive Director Dennis Felix said a working committee will be established to expedite the completion of the draft document by January 2023, which will be submitted to the Attorney General's Chambers and Minister for Finance for consideration by Parliament.
At a meeting in September of this year, that was chaired by the Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank and involving the heads of all eight regulators of credit unions, we agreed that we should proceed to finalize these regulations. So we engaged a consultant, and we're here today to finalize discussions with regard to the regulations, any outstanding issues to the regulations, and at the same time, we're also doing consultation with regards to revision of the Act as well. At the end of today, we intend to set up a working committee involving representation from the League, from the Registrar of Cooperatives, and from GAFIN, together with also representation from the credit union. So they would nominate about 3 persons to work with us between now and the middle of January 2023, when we will finalize all the outcomes from today's consultation.
Mr. Felix said GAFIN is optimistic that the process of amending the regulation and Act will bring significant benefits to the economy and individual credit unions.
The key issues that we are discussing now relate to consideration of adequacy of capital for credit unions. It also speaks to increase criteria for good governance and for fit and proper directors. So really and truly, we're seeking to enhance regulation of credit unions without being onerous on the credit unions, without making life more difficult for them. So we're trying to do two things. We know we need to continue to create an enabling an environment for credit unions to continue to do their business, to grow and to develop. But at the same time, we have to ensure that regulation and supervision are increased to the level where it can match what is happening in the sector.
And finally in the news, Grenada's rugby team participates for the first time in an international rugby tournament, which is being hosted at the National Cricket Stadium December 2nd and 3rd. Over 20 of the world's best male and female rugby teams, including international clubs from Canada, the USA, England and Wales, regional teams from Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada will compete for a total prize pool of US $15,000. The tournament was organized by the Grenada Rugby World 7 in partnership with the Grenada Tourism Authority as part of the move by tourism officials and government to push the sports tourism agenda. Sports Minister Honorable Ron Redhead on Friday declared the tournament open and encouraged the various teams to exercise good sportsmanship. Minister Redhead says government looks forward to building rugby into a local sporting discipline in schools and at the community level, and also invest in the development of facilities to promote sports tourism.
Grenada takes another forward step in the area of sports. We are hosting for the first time an international rugby tournament at our national stadium, demonstrating in real terms a start not just for the organizers of the event, but for the young, energetic and enthusiastic athletes that will emerge as time passes onto the advantage line. The introduction of this world-renowned sporting discipline is only possible with the great assistance of the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture, and by extension, the Government of Grenada, express gratitude to all who made this day a reality. The economic benefits that can derive from this tournament, such as the Grenada World Rugby Sevens, are essential in building greater collaboration between sports and tourism. We pledge to continue the relationship as we seek to develop Grenada as an authentic sports tourism destination.
Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Randall Dolan, says the aim is to generate as much interest in the new sport locally and educate the populace on the opportunities and benefits that can be derived from it.
And what you do here today is going to start or begin the trend for rugby in Grenada for the youth to follow. So we're making history right now. And I look forward to a successful tournament, wishing you all the best. This is one of many tournaments that we want to establish here and sporting initiatives. We had this open swimming tournament, open water swimming tournament. We had football coming in 2023. We had cricket also this year, and now we're doing rugby. So the whole idea is that we want to continue to bring more foreigners, more visitors to Grenada, expose our beautiful tri-island state to the rest of the world. And while doing so, have a great sport as rugby. The thing is, with our large youth population, we now have introduced a new sport that they could actually help, that could help propel them, develop them, take them overseas on scholarships, and to see the world.
And that story brings us to the end of the national report for today, Friday, December 2nd, 2022. Now for a recap of the top story. Stage is set for the Prime Minister's maiden delivery of the 2023 estimates of revenue and expenditure on Monday, December 5th. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sherry-Ann Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Thank you very much, Sherry-Ann, and we take a look at the weather, and we can tell you that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy and slightly hazy, with some brief to widely scattered showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 24.5 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to northeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. As we look at Saturday, we can tell you that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy and slightly hazy, with some brief to widely scattered showers improving overnight. Max temperature 30 degrees Celsius, minimum 25. Winds northeasterly to east northeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate, waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. We would want to take a look at the weather for Sunday as well. Weather is expected to be partly cloudy and breezy, with few brief showers becoming generally fair during the afternoon. Max temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius and a minimum 25. Winds northeasterly to northwesterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, becoming variable to calmer times. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in northeasterly swells. So we've given you the weather for tonight, the weather for Saturday, and the weather forecast for Sunday. We want to say hello to a few other people who are currently on YouTube, like Suzanne and Ants, and the usual people, Michelle, you know, everyone who's usually on YouTube. We would like to say hello to you. And also, the people who are usually on Facebook, we want to say hello to you as well. So the usual suspects who are there, like the Delian Thomas and the Praise and Worship and the Hazel and Velma, and Bermuda, Adonna, Ezran, Sharon, Patricia, who else? Bernadette, Joyous, Velma, I mean, everybody, Ezran and the crew, Praise and Worship, Doris, Celine, Michelle, Barbara, Joseph, Eunice, Angel, Michelle. Everyone else, really. I want to say thank you for joining us all the time, man. It's such a pleasure to be with you every night, you know, Kireen and the others. It is always a pleasure. So for those of you who have not yet shared, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and do so, all right? Diana and the others, if you have not yet done so, I would really like to ask of you to, Julian, how are you, to share the program. Folks, so that's as far as I can go. I want to bid you goodbye, Cynthia and the others, and I'm looking forward to maybe coming on live sometime during the weekend to say hello. So folks, let's do this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No! Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy everything that you have planned for yourself and your family this weekend. May God bless you. So I'll see you tomorrow, God's willing. Well, whenever. Take care.
you.